walk around the compound. We'll see some tigers, see some cat beats, and we'll hopefully hear some squeaks. And don't you know, it's a beautiful Tuesday or Thursday.
Let's do this! Sometimes some crimes go slipping through the cracks, but these two gumshoes are picking up the slack. There's no case too big, no case too small. If you need help, just call. Oh. Are we better? Are we are we on better standing, better footing? Yeah, okay. All right. Joe, oh, wait a minute. Oof, it is. It's that time of day. And the sun, and then it's bouncing off of those rocks. And it's going right into the eyeballs. It's hard for me to see walking around. Okay, that's better. I couldn't even I couldn't see my screen. I knew that there was a screen there. I couldn't see what was on it. Hello, tiger. Hello. F. I was walking around the corner and then I know Mika's over there. She's all the way over there. I thought that she might have been over here, but she's over here. Okay. Hi. Hello. Hello. Hey Mika. Hey Mika Pika. Hi Mika Pika. Mika. Mika Pika. F. Hi baby, hi my baby girl. Hey sugar pie. Hi sugar darling dumpling bunches. All sorts of assorted confectionery sweetness. Hey, you get it too. You get it too. You do. You do. You're a sweetie too. Yeah, you are. I love you. Olive juice. Olive juice. Hello. Hello, I know. It's such a good, that's such a fun Snuffle reference, but you had to be there to really get the full story. You know, those you had to be there type stories. And some of the you had to be there stories, it's downright tragic. In the way of like, well, you wish that you could like express this funny thing that happened, because it legitimately may have been one of the funniest experiences that you ever had. But without the right, like background context, etc., it's like you can't fully express all of like the layered nuances of context that are happening in that moment. It's one of those, you had to be there. A tragic sacrifice to the comedy gods. So I'm going to try to tell you one of my all-time favorite you had to be there moments of my life. And see if I can actually express the layers of context that go behind the laugh that we experienced at the table of a bar in Green Bay, Wisconsin, back in 2013. Hi. Hey, Mr. Potato Head. But before I can tell you that story, I got to give you a little bit of background about, I guess you like a neighborhood individual, a neighborhood character that was around during my early childhood years, growing up. This character was a middle-aged woman who lived down the street from me, lived on our same block, and she was special needs. She lived with her family, and she had limited like verbal skills, and she was oftentimes just a part of just local events, whether it be like church picnics, or they'd see her at like church a lot. She'd be kind of just walking around, or maybe like going to like sporting events, football games, and she was present at a lot of just stuff. And for the purposes of the story, I'm gonna call her Ronnie. That's not her name, but for the purposes of the story, I'm gonna call her Ronnie. And she was always very happy, a lot of laughs, a lot of smiling. And she was just a very kind of, just a bright and just like, this is Ronnie, hey, kind of thing. And like I said, limited verbal skills. And so, all right, and I'm gonna emulate it. This is she would sound oftentimes like she would sound like this. She would like la 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 la, like she would just, that would be her thing. That would be how she just kind of communicated to the world. Like, all right, hold on. Hi, Ezzy. Hi, Ez. Okay. This is I have to preface this. This is not in any way, shape, or form intended to be any sort of like a disparaging kind of thing. But it is a recognition, of the wonderful joy that sometimes being around special people can kind of bring to different types of situations. And you can recognize that, and you could recognize that it's like, okay, there's a differently abled quality that they're able to bring to a lot of different situations. I mean, I can't tell you how many times there'd be, I'd be in church on Sunday, and I'd look over and there's Ronnie and like the different people with their family, but like, reading the songbook and just la 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 la, and that's just like, that's adorable. That's great. You sing, Ronnie. La 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 la. What are you guys doing out here? Go inside. There's air conditioning. You can go inside. It's nicer. I don't think he's wanting to really listen. They're enjoying it, I guess. All right. You'd see Ronnie out at like basketball games and football games and just la 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 la, just cheering on. She'd go trick-or-treating every year. Calvin's over there fixing platforms. But yeah, she'd go trick-or-treating every year. Give her candy and la 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 la. That's who she was, and she was just part of the community, and that's a good thing. And there's different people who because like I said, like she lived like just down the street, and there's different people who lived in that neighborhood who definitely like got to experience Ronnie a lot more, maybe, than the greater community, like at large. Some folks just simply had more Ronnie run-ins than others based on just your proximity. So of course, like, me, like my older brother, grew up in the same house kind of thing. It's like, oh yeah, I saw Ronnie over there, la la la. It's just, it's just, again, character. So fast forward, number of years, all grown up, and hi Munch. I'm in Green Bay, Wisconsin, I'm going to be going to my first ever Packer game. Super excited. It was in 2013. It's actually one of the times when Aaron Rodgers broke his collarbone. So it was, who was it? It was Matt Flynn. I think it was Matt Flynn. Win with Flynn. Hi. Or was it Ryan Flynn? I can't remember. I just remember saying win with Flynn. Ever having like, you know, a bunch of beers. Win with Flynn. Just remember that. But it happened. It was such a crazy thing because like I ended up running into like a bunch of people from my hometown, including my brother. My brother happened to be going to that game. And then also like another person who I grew up with, who I like played football with. He was actually the quarterback of our football team, and who also like lived within that proximity range of Ronnie. Like he happened to also be there as well. And like the night before the game, we all just like, oh my gosh, this is great. You and you, let's all hang out. So we were at this bar and we're just drinking, shooting the breeze, playing the remember when game. And by this time, it's like I had been working with the cats for a few years. Whoop. It's like early in the Vine kind of heyday. I think it was like right when the Vine was like starting to, because that was another time too. It was like a weird time. I remember being in Green Bay and like looking at my account, and then it was December. It was December of 2013. I remember looking at my Vine account, and it had grown 30,000 followers in the last month. And then that's when I remember being in that parking lot thinking just like, this might be turning into something. That was like a weird time. That Green Bay trip kind of, there was for a few different things. Anyway, we're all hanging out, and I think at that time I'd only had I don't know if you remember the what does the fox say? And then I had that video, and it was actually on my other YouTube channel, the what do big cats say? I had that video out, and I can't remember who had brought it up. It was like either my brother or the other guy that we were with. I'm like, oh yeah, I saw that video, the what do the big cats and what does the hey, remember that song is kind of crazy. Yeah, it's going around making the rounds. Like, it's a crazy song. And then, we were also just being like, oh yeah, remember like growing up, like, oh, we used to do this or like play night games over here or do these kind of things. Like, you remember? And then it came up like, do you remember Ronnie? Like, yeah, well, of course remember Ronnie. Just la 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 la. Of course remember. Yeah, what a character. What a character. Anyway, it's like, good times, good memories, whatnot. And that fox, what do big cat video? What do big cats say? That was a pretty good video. And I'm like, oh, thanks, man, thanks, appreciate that. And then there was like a lull. There was just a dip, a lull where everyone just kind of got quiet. And then that's when I just bursted in. I'm like, what does Ronnie say? La 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 la. And the table just, bah! It was a huge just pop, because it was right in that moment. That song, it was just going around, making the rounds, and it was literally just me and my brother, and then this other guy, like the only three people within, probably like a 500-mile range who would possibly get the context of that joke. The only three people, and it was perfect for that moment right at that table. And it literally was probably one of the biggest laughs I think I've ever gotten. You had to be there, but I hope that just from relaying a bit of the backstory that you're maybe able to just like kind of capture just a little sliver of the magic of that moment. It literally is one of my favorite. You had to be. I still every once in a while I'm like, oh, that was a great laugh. That was like a huge, just like bam. It was immediate, just like ah. I mean, like that. We all had like tears. Yeah. It was good. It was a good one. And I wanted to, I wanted to share. I wanted to share that with you. Wanted to share. So thank you for indulging me. Thank you for indulging me on that. I know it was like a winding kind of, it took a little bit to get there. I realize this, but thank you for sticking with it. I hope it was worth it. All right. Hi, bud. Hello. How are you? He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Yeah. It's too dang hot for a penguin just to be walking around. I watched that new Adam Sandler basketball movie on Netflix. It was really good. Really good. A lot of heart. There's, of course, it's just like, it's like there's a lot of like familiar sports movie tropes. It's a basketball movie. A lot of sports movie tropes, but it's like, who cares? It's made well, and it's just a good. It's heartwarming. It warms the heart. Look at you, stink face. Look at you, stink facing. Prinny pants. Hi, sugar pie. I didn't even do the intro, did I? Hello, all you big cat lovers out there. It's me, Derek, again. Welcome to another super duper fantastic episode of the Walk Around the Compound webcast. Hi. Hello. Hi. Ooh. All right. There we go. Thank you for watching this episode of the Walk Around the Compound webcast. Hashtag Norbist Award in the comment section below. Like and subscribe for all of your big cat goodness. And if you want to learn more about the facility around me, you can always visit the website, carescuetexas.com. For more information, you keep them tigers fed. Big shout out to the extra fancy patrons. I see you. You are so fancy. And thank you so much for your continued support. And we'll see you next time. All right. Bye-bye.